What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Sports Betting with Let's Get 60. I'm your host, Justin Travis, and as always, you can find me on Twitter at Let's Get 60. On the web, Let's Get 60.com, and on pickmonitor.com, Let's Get 60. And this is part two of week two football. We just ended with Georgia Tech. I like the USF plus 6.5. Hopefully, it gets to 7, then we're rolling. All right, moving on. More hype machine here. Nebraska at Colorado. My line, Colorado -5. They're at home, and they're hosting a team that struggled against, I don't even know who they struggled against. Some shit team. Current line, Colorado plus 3.5 from 7.5. Boy, I wish I would have seen that 7.5. Now, this is a reminder, guys. The work doesn't stop after Saturday. Okay, as soon as you have time, maybe during the Saturday or Sunday games, get on the next week. Start fleshing it out. Start setting your lines and start looking for lines because, boy, they move fast. Look, Colorado destroyed Colorado State in their first game. Okay, it's a rivalry game. It's not an easy game for Colorado to play and win. New coach, new system, but boy, they look good. Look at their stats. I think they ran for over 200 yards. I think they passed close to 300 yards. They look good. Colorado State, Nebraska, they weren't impressive to me at all. They struggled, and they have a lot to clean up. Why are they road favorites? Give me Colorado. And sprinkle some of that on. Sprinkle a little bit on the money line there. All right, next, Texas A&M at Clemson. All right, this is a game that everybody's been talking about, and this is like two big games. Everybody seems to have an opinion on, and hey, that's great. Okay, Texas A&M, Clemson. I had Clemson -5 in this game. Okay, and I'll tell you why. Everybody knows how close it got last year. Okay, and I understand that Clemson didn't have Trevor Lawrence and Edute or whatever the fuck. Okay, and they're on the road. I get all that. Okay, well, Clemson doesn't have as good a defensive line as they had last year. Okay, I understand they have Trevor Lawrence, and I understand they have Edute, whatever the fuck. Okay, Texas A&M almost beat them. Okay, how much do you think Texas A&M wants to win this game? I mean, you gotta think they want this game. You know, Jimbo wants this game. Jimbo is looking for that first signature win. Why can't it be on Saturday? Okay, all the pressure's on Clemson. Okay, they're at home. They're supposed to go undefeated and repeat as national champions. Trevor Lawrence is supposed to win the Heisman. All this stuff, all this pressure. Texas A&M's like, hey, what's up? We don't really care about this game that much. It doesn't really affect our SEC schedule and what we could do in the SEC. And we have Bama on our schedule. I think they play Bama, right? I may be wrong about that. But anyway, Texas A&M plays enough teams in the West to get to the SEC championship game. Okay, they have enough to get to Atlanta. This Clemson loss or whatever this Clemson game will have no effect on them getting to Atlanta. Okay. Now, line came out at 18. We grabbed it 18. Boom. Okay, it's moved from 18 to 17.5. Had to get it at 17.5 on Pick Monitor, and it's still at -17.5 for Clemson. Okay. Now, some people tell you, well, you know, why do you think the odds makers late put out this big number? You know, they're telling you that Clemson is going to cover it. That's not how I look at it. Okay. First of all, they hung it at 18 and they immediately moved to 17.5. Why do you think that happened? Somebody they respected took Texas A&M 18 points. Okay. So there you go, right there. I think it's a bit of a bad number here. Okay. 2, just because the odds maker put up a big number like this doesn't mean they think that that's how this game is going to play out. Again, the spread has no indication on how the final score is going to be. If you don't, you have to get past this. You have to get past that. Oh, it's the line is 7. Oh, it's going to be a close game. Oh, the line is 3. Oh my God, it's going to be no. Okay, no. They hang a number to get action on both sides. That's what the number is about. That is it. Has nothing to do with what they think is going to happen in the game. How can you not like a ranked team with a guy like Mond getting 18 points against a team that where all the pressure's on them? Okay, this is I think this is a slam dunk. Okay, I really do. This this reminds you of back in the 90s when Georgia had that quarterback Zaire or Zier, whatever his name is. Okay, and they were laying 10 or 12 or something, 13 to Auburn. It was at Auburn. And Auburn, this is the year that Auburn was like really, really good. There's a couple of years there, either during Bowden's run or before or after, and I'm taking up way too much time, but this is important. Okay. Now, and I had a buddy of mine. We were gambling. We were talking. I'm like, dude, I really liked Auburn. This was a slam. Whatever. Blah, blah. He's like, dude, why I want to bet a guy? Why you want to bet against a guy that you're never out of it with? And he's talking about Zaire, the Georgia quarterback. He's like, why would you bet against a guy that can beat you and that team always has a chance? And that's what Georgia's game plan was. Just let Zaire go out there and throw it 50 times, okay? And and guess what? They fucking beat Auburn, okay? Why? Because Zaire just down the field all the time. I mean, Auburn was killing them statistically, killing them, but Georgia was never out of it because of Zaire. This is how I think Mond is with Texas A&M. They're never out of a game with that guy. It's like the Florida State team that Jimbo had with Winston. They were never out of any game because of, well, Dalvin Cook too. But Winston you just knew that he was going to make a couple plays and get them in scoring position. I think the same thing's going to happen with Texas A&M here. Plus 18 is a gift. Look it. Okay. I'm going to look stupid when Clemson creams them, but whatever. All right, UTSA at Baylor. Listen, Baylor is a good team this year. I took a future out on their total wins here. I really like what their coaching staff is done and doing, rebuilding that program from the bullshit that the other guy, I forget his name, put them in. They looked very good last week. UTSA, not great. And I think Baylor gets it done here. Now, what a little concerning is that the line moved down from 28.5 to 25.5. But I have Baylor winning by 35 here. Minus 30, winning by 35. I have Baylor covering by 35 here. We're gonna pay attention to this line, see what happens. But the move from 28.5 to 25.5, a little concerning. But I still think Baylor is completely overmatched. UTSA is completely overmatched with Baylor's personnel on defensive offensive line, and of course the skill positions. So Baylor is my next pick. All right, we're going to do one more because I spent so much time with Texas A&M. New Mexico State at Bama. This game is fascinating. In fact, I'm going to cut this a little bit short. I want to spend time on this New Mexico State Bama game here. There's some interesting stuff and a funny story at my expense about Bama and this time of year. So we're cutting it short here. Look for part 3 very soon, or this is all on YouTube, by the way. Hit the like button, all that good stuff, and check out part 3. Coming right back at you guys. But until we see each other again, may all your favorites cover. May all your dogs be live.